curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Philadelphia Eagles. On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This taken in at the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Taking it right down Broadway. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles. So a heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, too? Now you got to translate what that means, because I think for a team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Pickett will look to throw it here. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Pickett now on 1st down. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Harris running straight ahead. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid. The turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
Room here to run. The 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Pickett. And his throw is incomplete.
He certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. And that is incomplete. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Now Pickett on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here we go. Here we go.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. They'll try to run this one in. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. $13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Steeler defense will celebrate the goal line stand. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris. Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move. Throwing again on 2nd down. Pickett. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Finding Pickens for another catch. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Pickett, he's going to throw it again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Pickett to throw on 1st down. Across the formation, he hits Austin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. It's brought in by Harris. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Pickett now from the gun here. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Going for it on 4th down. Here's Pickett. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. 30, 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Pickett. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Pickett, he gets it complete to Harris. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Pickett back to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing it to break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And he's going to step out of bounds at the 35-yard line. A big play there for Philly. And even 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big touchdown.
Devontae Smith with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Elliott good on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And He's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A three-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no three-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just...
He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now a first down carry for Harris. Bulldozes past him. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. Boswell's kick is good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
They'll try and run for it. And it'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle 1st down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker.
It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow 1st down. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
Play action. It's Burrow. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better...
Oh, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the third time in this game. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
He's got a man complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 33 yards that time.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down. Touchdown, Eagles! Devontae Smith. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 10th on the year. And the Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here this 4th quarter. Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On second down, this is Harris. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Got an open man. It's Pickens. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
11.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And that is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From just shy of midfield, Pickett trucks over him. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Pickett now on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
11. Gotta go.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but